everybody, and welcome to another edition of Shooting the Breeze. I am your friendly neighborhood soda, and joined as always by my co-pilot, Big Fudge Bedrainer. How the heck are you doing?
Doing well. Looking forward to talking about this crazy, dumb movie
And
tonight.
joining us is our co-host for the next month of horror movies. From all the way in New Zealand, it is Jess. How are you doing, Jess?
Doing pretty good. Ready to review some interesting films, shall we say.
Yes, and as based on my name on the screen, what the heck did I just watch? This movie was something else. We are going to be talking about Stephen King's Sleepwalkers, the 1992 feature film adaptation. Stephen King had to have been high on cocaine when he was doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Ben, we'll start with you because you're the one that suggested we watch this. What are your thoughts on this weird-ass movie?
Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but have you guys ever seen the Nostalgia Critic on YouTube?
No.
Okay, so he reviews like bad movies every week.
Okay.
And for Halloween, he does special Halloween movies. And one year he did this, and I just fell in love with the idea of this movie. Because it's so out there, it's so crazy, so cheesy in all the best ways. And a pretty great, and a few great cameos.
Yes, a few great cameos that unfortunately don't go anywhere. Like they're nothing.
No.
So what about you, Jess? Like I know we watched it the other night together, but what were your thoughts on this movie?
A lot of disbelief moments. Some very interesting editing choices where they were trying to hype tension, and it was probably one of the blandest things I'd ever seen in my life. So, and I'm not a horror person, so I'm coming into it as someone that's sort of like a freshie to it, and I'm still like, was it that good though?
Yeah, for me, it was just laughably bad. Like the tone of the movie changes so freaking quick. It goes from trying to be a serious movie to all of a sudden becoming a Looney Tune, like partway through. It's just out there. I will give this, the makeup was great, but the transition to the makeup, not so much. And I actually pulled a GIF of it today. Like, just look at that. Like, yeah, you could tell it was a low budget movie.
I mean, yeah, I know that I'm just going to say it, Mark Hamill has a 5-second cameo at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, he plays the cop in the town that the mother and son leave at the beginning.
Yeah.
And also you had cameos by Stephen King, of course, Toby Hooper, Joe Dante, and there Clive Barker is somewhere in there as well, too.
And don't forget, Ron Perlman has a small part in this, too.
That's right, Ron Perlman as an unbearable prick.
Most of the men aren't great in this film, let's be honest.
I would say everybody except for Tanya are horrible people in this movie. They all suck.
Her dad's pretty good, but as far as men are in this film, there's not very many good ones.
No, there's definitely no redeeming characters.
And how funny is it that one of her parents, of Ferris Bueller's parents?
Well, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh shit, that's Lyman Ward, and then I see the wife, then I see the mom, I was like, son of a bitch.
As soon as he pointed it out, I was like, yeah, of course.
And they're still married.
Oh, they're married?
Yeah, they've been married for like 30 years.
That's I wonder if they met on Ferris Bueller.
Let's see. Yeah, they met on the set of Ferris Bueller, and then they got married not long after that. So they've been married. Oh no, never mind. They got divorced in 1992. I did not know that. Well, son of a bitch.
True love's dead.
Yeah, wah wah wah. I have no hope.
Maybe they got divorced because of Sleepwalkers.
I mean, if you're going to blame your divorce on anything, there we go. I mean, I might do it. If I started a terrible film like that with someone, I might divorce them too.
Reason for divorce was forced to star in horrible movie.
I mean, when you think this happened in the kitchen, there's really nothing to save you from.
Not really, no. Are you trying to bring something up, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, see, I had that as well. I had this one. Like, how the
Do you want to know what my response to Soda was during this? I was like, looks like he got an earful because I cannot help but do puns.
I laughed really freaking hard.
How about when the one cop gets snapped in the head and the main guy goes, come on.
Yeah, that was just like, dear, okay, all right.
It's like, wow, man. And then we have in front of me incest.
Yeah. Yeah. That was my first big problem with the film. I was like, they're very touchy-feely because I even said, I was like, is that his mum? Is that meant to be his mum? And I'm like, they're getting way too... Oh, no, they're kissing now. Okay.
Yeah, that was...
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was something.
Yeah. So fun fact about the movie, both Mick Garris, who plays Charles, and Madge and Emick are allergic to cats, as revealed in the recent DVD Blu-ray release. Emick didn't reveal this to anyone until right as the film went into production.
Wait, what?
His name is Mick Garris.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, what do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, and here's one for you, Jess, because you were talking about the opening song during a Q&A celebrating the film's 25th anniversary. Okay, so it's the director, Mick Garris, revealed the Enya song Boadicea?
Yes.
Boadicea was chosen for the film only because of all the songs provided to him by Sony Music at the time of cross-promotion. It was the one song he felt fit the tone of the movie. It's the only reason it was in there.
Did it, though?
No. Definitely.
Did it though? As soon as I could hear it in the background, I was like, that sounds like Enya. And then the unfortunate thing was it was just constantly throughout the film, but nowhere that made sense. It was just like they're like, we don't have a song to put here. Let's just keep that song going.
Yeah, it's like the editor had never used music before. It was really, really weird.
Weird choices. Lots of weird choices.
Yeah. All right. So the movie, ever so virginal Tanya Robertson is working at the local theater. Oh, you know what? Why did this thing just jump ahead? Basically, first thing we see is Mark Hamill and a bunch of other police officers responding to a crime where they walk up and cats are hung from the trees, I guess. Is that what that was? They were hung from the trees?
Raining cats.
Yeah. Oh, which, yikes. I hope those weren't real cats.
You'd like to think not.
And so from there, they enter into the house. They're trying to see what's going on. They find this body of a dead person, and it looks like everything, the life force, is just sucked right out of them, right out of her. And they realize it's the girl that they were looking for, and she is dead. And that's how the movie starts. We get the title cards. The next, we're introduced to Charles and his mother. What's her name? Does anyone remember her name?
Creepy mother. I don't know.
Like Carrie's mother. That's who she reminded me of, is Carrie's mother.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Just that level of batshit crazy.
Right. So next we meet Charles and Mary, and Charles he's looking at this yearbook of with a heart drawn around this girl named Tanya Robertson, and then he cuts a T into his arm, and you're like, what is wrong with this dude, man? Like, he needs to go to the psych house or something.
Little do we know at that point.
Yeah, little do we know, unless you know what's going to happen going into the movie. Yeah, as little you know, it's going to get crazier from there. But anyways, he goes into the house, and we first meet his mom, Mary Brady, and they start conversing, talking about, did you find somebody or whatever, because they're trying to find someone to kill and suck their life force and stuff like that. And then out of nowhere, they start making out.
Dancing to a song that I'm rather fond of, and I didn't appreciate that.
It's cruising, no? Is that the name of the song?
Oh. Yeah, it's just gone out of my mind.
Yeah, like it's a very famous song. You hear it a lot of time in 50s movies, but yeah, and just kind of put a stain on it. But yeah, full on takes her in her arms, like wedding night, walks through the door, and you're like, what the fuck? And so that's now we meet ever so virginal Tanya Robertson, who is working at the local theater in Travis, Indiana, when Charles walks in and comes to see the double bill. She's cute. He's pretty. They make a date to shoot photos together at Homeland Cemetery. While driving home from school.
Oh, that's why they were at the cemetery. I didn't listen to that. I was
Me
too busy
neither.
looking at how pretty she was and just staring at her that I didn't actually listen to the dialogue. So when they went to the cemetery, I'm like, who goes to a cemetery on a first date?
Yeah,
That makes a lot more sense now.
It does make a lot more sense. So while driving
Oh, so you were in the same boat then?
I was.
Clearly
I
you missed
why they were
him.
there. I thought they was just they're freaky people. Like, okay, like I do know people that would do that, and when I was a teenager, me and my friends would go walk around cemeteries in the middle of the night. But yeah,
On a first date though.
no,
yeah, see, that's what got me. Like, I don't have no problems with going to a cemetery, but on a first date,
yeah, it's like, hey, you want to come meet my mom? That's just. So anyways, while driving home from school, Charles is stopped by his English teacher, Mr. Fallows, played by the great Glenn Shallix, who we all know from Beetlejuice and Demolition Man. Great character actor, very great character actor, who tries to blackmail Charles on grounds that there is no such place as Paradise Falls in Ohio and that Charles's transcripts are fake.
See straight through him. The only one that does.
The only one that did, and of course, he has to die.
Yeah.
Charles responds by ripping off Fallow's hand and killing him. Charles continues on, driving at breakneck speed past Sheriff Andy Simpson. Charles is having fun trying to outrun the law until Andy's cat Clovis pops his head up and looks out the window. Charles's face suddenly shifts into his cat form and then back to human, confusing Andy, which is what this was.
Does he become a baby at one point, or like a small infant?
I was just about to ask that.
On the second watch of it, I'm like, does he?
Yeah,
there he is.
Like, that's the kind of reaction I have right now, too.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? When it looks like Charles isn't going to outrun Andy, he pulls up the road and makes his car go invisible. However, Clovis can still see Charles, which upsets Charles greatly. When Andy finally gives up the chase, Charles makes his car turn from blue to red and drives home. Like, where the hell did that come from? This whole I can turn everything invisible.
Also changing the shape of the car, too.
Yeah.
Well,
like
I mean,
everything about them just all from their mind.
And Wonder Woman can do it. Why can't anybody with power?
He didn't do the swirly thing first, though.
Right.
Yeah, good point.
It's like it's just missing that little bit extra for me. And also that car chase was the slowest car chase I've ever seen in my life. Were they even on the same stretch of road?
What was it you kept saying to me last night? Like, he was like 3 miles behind him.
No wonder he got away.
Yeah, we were talking about
we're talking about your favorite film.
Yeah, the
surprised you missed the start.
Yeah, Taco, this is just for you. Cats are beginning to amass in the Brady's yard. They've set traps, but some cats seem impervious to them. It's starting again, Charles tells his mom, remembering all the previous places they've tried to live, but have discovered and been driven out. Mary Brady's concern, however, is with the fact that she is starving. When is Charles going to bring her the nourishment she needs? Tomorrow, Charles promises. Now, it's weird because at moments he's like this, like, really asshole kind of character, and then in moments he like in this he melts into like this child.
Oh, that's a low blow.
Yeah, screw you, Taco.
Is it ever established why she can't just go out and hunt?
I don't think it ever was.
I mean, I think looking at she's a mother did. A mother,
hey, Taco, this one's for you.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
It's for you, Taco.
Do you know how many times he played that in All Night Taco Stand? Do you know how many times he played that?
I created a monster, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm the one that put that in
I
there
blame
for
you.
him. I'm sorry.
Thank
Thank you for
for the
differentiating.
clarification.
Yeah, it's rough. Tanya is looking forward to her date with Charles. She's even packed a picnic lunch along with a bottle of wine, which she hides from her parents. As Charles makes grave rubbings, because why the fuck not, Tanya takes photos of both the graves and of Charles. Everything is hunky-dory. Literally, the person who wrote this used hunky-dory. I love that.
Wonderful.
Everything is hunky-dory until, while engaged in a bit of kissing, Charles starts to suck out Tanya's breath. Tanya manages to clout him in the head with her camera, but he doesn't stay knocked out for long. When he tries to steal her breath, she skewers his eyeballs with a corkscrew. Woo! This was a brutal, brutal fight. He looked like he got into a fight with a lawnmower by the time they were done.
That's true.
The mom had
Oh,
Oh.
dude! Oh. God damn
Should we
it.
just end the stream now? Should we just duck out here?
Yeah. Ouch. Meanwhile, Charles's car has turned back to its original color just as Andy and Clovis drive by. When Andy stops to investigate, Tanya comes running out of the cemetery, Charles in pursuit. As Andy tries to calm Tanya down, Charles rams a pencil into Andy's ear. Charles attempts once more to take away Tanya's breath, but Andy shoots him in the back. Undaunted, Charles takes the gun from Andy and shoots him with it. Back to Tanya. Just when it looks like Charles is going to win, Clovis leaps at Charles's head and begins biting him. Tanya climbs in the squad car, locks all the doors, and frantically tries to get a message through to the dispatcher. And Charles manages to get the cat off his face and speeds away in his blue car. That guy should have died right away when he got the pencil jabbed in his ear. Like
his eye.
His ear.
The cop.
The cop, yeah.
No,
No, was
Charles got the corkscrew in his eye, and then the cop got a pencil through the ear, and that should have really done him in.
Yeah, if you guys want to watch a really good, funny review, go take a look at Best of the Worst episode where they covered this. Because, dear Lord, that's my first exposure to that, and they do it justice. They rip it to shreds,
as it should be.
The police arrive and look for Stephen King's cameo as the cemetery caretaker and take Tanya home. They don't quite buy her story about Charles arriving in a red car and leaving in a blue car, nor about his face changing, but they do take her camera to develop the pictures she took. Charles is in a bad way. When he gets home, his mother tries to care for him, but she also has troubles. The yard is full of cats, and now the police have arrived looking for Charles. She decides that the best course of action is to take the car, Charles, and herself invisible, just as the police break down her front door. Yeah, it's amazing how like her biggest thing is, oh my God, there's cats. Like the way they act towards it, it's like you think there's like people hunting them outside.
I wonder if it was curiosity that killed the cat.
Wrong one. There we go. I literally missed it by like 1/8 of an inch. While Tanya languishes in a bathtub, Mary Brady comes to the Robertsons' front door bearing a bouquet of roses. When Mr. Robertson, Lyman Ward, tries to take her away, Mary breaks the vase and cuts his face with glass. When Mrs. Robinson comes in from the kitchen to see what all the commotion is about, Mary tosses her out the window. Which, I'm sorry, she should have died. The way that person landed, it was like right on their head. Like, oh
why
my
did
God.
the dad not shut the door as soon as she said who she was? Like, why did he even walk out? Why didn't he just shut the door, grab the cop? And why did the cop not answer the door of all people?
I don't know. It's probably plot purpose. That's probably all it is.
Bad script writing.
Oh, yeah, you think? More police are... Oh, hold on. Yeah, Mary Edward knocks her out and carries her outside. More police are arriving, including Captain Ira Somas, played by the great Ron Perlman, who he should have been the lead because he's got the cat face.
It's true.
But
He looks far too old for her.
Yeah, you know what the original cat situation, do you?
maybe not, but I say that just because Ron Perlman played the Beast in Beauty and the Beast. So
Yeah.
there was a TV show in the late 1990s with Linda Hamilton called Beauty and the Beast. And Belle was a cop in like New York or LA or something like that.
Yeah,
And
they tried to make it modern.
In that show with Lana from Smallville.
Yeah, they remade it. Yeah, they remade it. Okay, more police are arriving, including Captain Somas. He pointedly tells Mary to put Tanya down, so Mary bites off 3 of his fingers and literally making the gun. His hand is a gun now. Using Somas's gun, he shoots 2 of the patrol cars. She shoots 2 of the patrol cars, causing them to burst into flames, which not possible.
It is if you're Michael Bay.
That is true. Michael Bay can make anything work.
Really?
You didn't see this. You didn't see the smirk I gave to the camera. But no, MythBusters actually tested it, and it is actually not possible to do it. It is not possible to do. Yeah. When Mary is forcing Tanya to dance with Charles, who is near death. See, near death. I thought he was dead.
He should have been dead.
Yeah, I thought he was dead. The police are sneaking up on the Brady house. Oh, wait, I jumped ahead. She hoists Tanya into the 3rd car and drives home. When she arrives, she finds that her house and yard are crawling with cats. Millions and billions and trillions.
And then she just drives into the house because she's like, stuff that, not getting out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're going to
just
be gone
drive through.
We're going to be gone through. Who gives a shit? While Mary is forcing Tanya to dance with Charles, who is near death, the police are sneaking up on the Brady house. When Charles tries to feed on Tanya's breath, she pokes out Charles' eyes with her fingers. Holy crap, her fingers were in there a long time.
Yeah.
Ugh. That was a little grody. Mary is irate. You killed my only son, she screams at Tanya. Clovis and the police break in, also letting in some cats who leap on Mary. She fights them off while the police tries to get Tanya out of there. Mary catches up with them, killing the policeman by impaling him on a picket fence. Tanya jumps into the patrol car and tries to get it started. Mary, in cat form, breaks the window and attempts to pull Tanya from the car. Cats start leaping on Mary, millions and billions and trillions of cats. And then they put in parentheses.
Is that what's actually written there?
Well, and then it puts in parentheses, anyone recognize the reference? Hint, it's a classic children's book. This is an IMDb, folks. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Nice. For some reason, I like how he says this. For some reason, the biting cats caused Mary to burst into flames. Because true, like, that was never mentioned once.
Well, then, and like to that thing, wouldn't it mean that when Charles got attacked by Clovis, shouldn't have he also burst into flames?
Yeah, you'd think. Ugh. Engulfed in fire, Mary takes human form long enough to leap on the patrol car windshield and scream at Tanya one last time, "You killed my son, my only son." As Mary burns in the driveway, Clovis jumps in the car with Tanya. And as Tanya hugs Clovis, the other cats start leaving, there being nothing more there for them. You said it to me yesterday. This was a very anticlimactic ending.
It was just over, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, she literally just falls on the pavement, and then that's it. Oh, I love Salem. I love Salem
So
the cat.
good.
Yeah, that version of Salem. Oh. Yeah, I actually at one point owned the book. I'm glad I never read it because the book has to be just as terrible.
Oh, yeah, it will be.
It
might explain more.
I'm not even reading the book.
No, this was a book. Yeah, I'm saying I've never read it. And I couldn't see it not being any better. That's for sure. Yeah, this is very, very of its time.
It almost feels like a TV movie.
Yeah, it very does.
It feels like what was that one with the actress who played Kimberly in Power Rangers?
Oh, I didn't know that she was in.
Susan Q.
Never heard of it. So director Mark Garris was originally going to cast Julia Roberts for the role of Mary Brady, but she turned down the role because Roberts did not like the nature of the film. Thank
I
God.
bet you she looked at that and went, nope.
Yep.
When did this come out? What was she doing at this time?
Julia Roberts, this was 92, so this probably would have been
Right after Hook. Right after Hook.
yeah, so it also would have been around the time of Flatliners.
Yeah.
Yeah, by this point she was a mega star, so yeah, I don't blame her.
God, could you imagine if she had done this film? It would not have gone down well.
No, it would have served her career for a while. Yeah, Hook was 91. Flatliners and Pretty Woman were 90. So yeah, it is around that. It is in that time. Yeah, there's no way. Sleeping with the Enemy is another one.
So that is kind of fun game. Since this movie is so shit. Who would you cast as Tanya Charles and Mrs. Brady?
Today?
Anytime. If you were making this movie, either back then or today, who would you cast?
To make it better?
I don't know.
Actually, Taco did put it white. It feels like an extra long episode of Tales from the Crypt. It really does. It really does. I wouldn't be surprised if it started as a T movie and they said, let's just release it.
I think I would cast Zendaya as Tanya.
Good choice.
Who would be a good choice? I don't want to say Tom Holland because I feel like he's in everything. Leo Logan? No. Logan Lumen, I mean. Right? Is that no,
Leo Logan
I know.
From Percy Jackson?
Yeah, but I thought of somebody better. David O'Brien as Charles. And as Mrs. Brady. Oh, I
Ezra
can't
Miller. He could do creepy.
Yeah, but would you find him charming?
No.
You've got to find someone that has that right balance. I still don't think the guy who played Charles had that right balance. Like I said to you when we were watching it, they looked 20 yet 40 at the same time.
Yeah, it was the hair. It was very much the hair.
I think it's also because he acted like a 40-year-old dude that preys on like high school girls.
Yeah, that's ugh.
Christina
Applegate.
Oh,
good choice.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so for Tanya, I would go Samara Weaving because I love her in horror movies.
What about Skeet Ulrich for Charles?
I was actually going to go young Nathan Fillion, but yes, Skeet Ulrich
would do creepy yet sexy.
Skeet Ulrich is from Scream, and he plays Jughead's dad in Riverdale.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No, he would be good. But who for the mom? Morgan Freeman. Not Morgan Freeman. Morgan Fairchild. Morgan Freeman as the mom.
I mean, you would see that coming.
No, it's true.
It'd be like the weirdest casting of the century. I would still watch it though.
I would Morgan Fairchild.
I'm changing up my answers. I'm changing to pick the mom to make it a dad. And I'm putting David Tennant as a dad. And I'm putting this. And I'm going to put Samara Weaving as a Charles character.
Let's really mess with people and put David Tennant as the dad and Billy Piper as the Charles surrogate.
Oh yeah, that
would really mess with people.
That would really disturb a lot of people.
Yeah. No, Kristen, what's her name? Jessica Jones, what's her name?
Who?
Jessica Jones.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, her Tennant's daughter.
You know, actually, what would be fun is Charles, a Parks and Rec era Chris Pratt. I say that because the way he looks now, he looks like he would have no problem handling them. So I'm thinking Chris Pratt 10 years ago.
So chubby Chris Pratt.
Yeah, chubby Chris Pratt. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the more relatable Chris Pratt, the one who chubby Chris Pratt managed to bag Anna Faris.
Nick. Oh, Nick. What? Oh, no, what is his name? Help me. One who was his actor.
Oh, David Schwimmer.
No.
Did you say Ross?
Wait, one Watson.
Oh, Nick Offerman. Oh boy.
Nick. Nick Offerman is a cop.
Oh, he'd be a
you
great
think Nick
cop.
Offerman is the dad. That'd be really weird. Yeah,
No, as a
Don't like
cop.
that.
Nick Offerman is the cop who gets cop kebab.
Yeah.
Ron Swanson.
Nice. I do Jennifer Love Hewitt as Tanya.
Oh yeah, if we're going old school.
Because
Yeah.
she's got the right balance of it.
That's right. True. Yeah. And
I would still stick with Skeet Ulrich. If you were trying to have someone that could be creepy yet sexy, him.
Yeah.
Mother. Because you'd want to make her hot so that people kind of accept the incest thing a bit more.
That's where I went with Morgan Fairchild. Like it's because
Fairchild, not Foreman.
Exactly, Fairchild, not Foreman. Mrs. Bing. Mrs. Mom, I mean your Bing, I mean my mom.
Yeah.
Can we find a young Matthew Perry as college?
Ooh.
Ooh. He actually looks the part too. If you've ever seen like clips of him from Growing Pains and stuff like that, yeah, he looks.
Oh, for sure. Love it. I'm still trying to think of someone good for the mum.
Yeah, that one is hard. Jennifer Tilly.
Kenny Siegel?
Oh,
yeah.
Peg Bundy.
Yeah.
Are we going like Sons of Anarchy, Katie Siegel, 8 Simple Rules, Kate Siegel, or are we going with Peg Bundy?
I'm going 8 Simple Rules. Maybe
Yeah, I'd say that's the one that would be most easy to use as a disguise.
Yeah. Oh, no, the Kenny Siegel from Smart House.
Never seen it.
You never seen that, Disney original movie?
No, there's a lot of Disney original movies that just totally slipped under the radar for me.
He made him play an evil AI.
Oh, okay. I think you've actually might have mentioned it to me once. Now, do you think this? Okay, so this is. Do you think would be a movie that would be good for a remake?
Like a better one, yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is the type of movie that should be remade. Like leave the good ones alone. Remake the ones that didn't do well and get it right. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't say no to a miniseries of it.
That actually wouldn't be a bad idea. Like an HBO or Showtime, I guess, because of the content.
Kind of do what they did with Teen Wolf. Because Teen Wolf
okay.
Teen Wolf is a snapshot comedy, right? More or less.
Very much so.
And but the show is like a young adult Twilight knockoff, more or less.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a great werewolf TV show, a Canadian werewolf TV show that doesn't get enough love called Big Wolf on Campus. It is a comedy. It's hilarious. You've seen it?
Yeah, we had it here.
Oh, victory!
we do get occasionally good TV over here.
Who's that? Who made a werewolf?
It's nobody like famous.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I remember who it is, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's a Canadian. Yeah, I'll bring it up. No, it's a very Canadian TV show, but I don't think there's anybody famous in it. But it was great. It was kind of in the vein of Sabrina without the laugh track.
Okay.
Okay, let's see who's in it. Okay.
Melissa Joan Hart as a mom. There you go.
Oh, Melissa Joan Hart.
That'd work.
That definitely, or Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah.
One of them.
Actually, I think Alicia Silverstone could pull off the sexy like that, like in that sense, better than Melissa Joan Hart.
Okay.
Well, I mean, just
Sarah
because.
Michelle Gellar would do it as well.
Oh, Mr. Well, yeah, because of
Yeah.
Cruel Intention, she plays a great.
Mm.
The answer. Sarah.
Yeah,
And
Yeah. It's hard to think. Like those actresses were big like 20 years ago or more.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of anyone current that I'd cast in this.
Judy Greer.
God, no. She's in
She's a
everything.
great actress.
She's great, man. She's in everything.
Yeah.
That's why I said her name, Ben. Oh, fuck. You know who would be great? Michelle Williams
As the mom.
as the mom.
Mm.
Oh, Evan Millie. And Hope from Ant-Man.
Oh, Evangeline
Oh,
Lilly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
who would you cast as Charles then?
Paul Rudd. Still looks 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man doesn't age.
I swear, it's like he drinks the blood of newborns and virgins. It's weird.
Him, Steve Martin, and well below.
And Patrick Stewart.
If you gender swapped it, I want Keanu Reeves to play the dad.
Oh, yeah.
He'd make a really good vampire. Or whatever they are.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think he would make a great villain, to be honest. I want to see him take a turn as one.
Yeah.
Just watch in The Matrix 4, Neo's the villain.
Well, you know, Mephisto is coming in the MCU. You know,
Ben. God damn it, Ben.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
It was either that one or this one. I love Green so much.
where is only I didn't get the other one. I'm good.
So, does anybody have any final thoughts on this bizarre as fuck movie?
I love this movie. I know it's garbage. I know it's bad. I know it makes no sense, but I love it.
And Jess, what about you?
I thought it was a dumpster fire of a movie. I'm really sorry, Ben.
No, I don't care. Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah.
my friends
Lots
and
of
I,
pacing issues. Lots of pacing issues and script
pacing
issues and whatnot.
edits, weird choices. It was bonkers. But before
You could
COVID
make it
happened-
better. There's potential there, but
For
they
sure.
didn't harness any of it.
Yeah, and like don't change the tone so much. Yeah, you guys are right. It definitely does feel like a TV movie. But no, before COVID, me and my friends would get together every once in a while, and we would do our own version of Riff Tracks, our own Mystery Science Theater. This movie is a prime candidate for that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh God, because yeah, my one friend Chris, he just rips it to shreds with humor. It's a sight to behold.
Okay, I have.
Having him watch Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, was priceless.
I have a casting
Okay.
for the for the show when I just had it. Oh yeah, for the Tanya but Mel, Dave Franco.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and then for the dad, James Franco. All right. So Ben, where can everybody find you on this lovely internet?
Find me right here on Shooting the Breeze every Tuesday. Recapping the past with Soda and on Fred 50 Shades of Geek. Every Monday and Wednesday.
We release them on Mondays. Yes.
And get ready and Mount Slowdown, or Slowdown the show where we go into players' careers. This week we're going back into singles players, and we'll keep diving into Adam Witt. And the next one, I'm not saying we were covering, but we have something big. Also, we have an announcement coming. Keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, so definitely watch that show, and yeah, it's a great announcement. We're all pretty excited for it over here at Schmoes of the North. Jess, where could everybody find you?
Probably on something around here. I think I'm being roped into a few streams, so you'll probably find me on one of the many ones that are on here.
Okay, then. And myself, you can find me on my personal Instagram and Twitter at soda_thus_saxman. You can find me on every goddamn show on this channel, pretty much. Tomorrow night, normally on Friday nights, we do our live Schmodown show after the pay-per-view, but because the pay-per-view is on Saturday, we're going to be doing a special Friday night edition of Let's Talk About Star Wars. And we're going to be playing a new game called Do They Star War? Do they Star War or do they Star Wars? Something like that. Basically, our guests, our panel, are going to have to come up with 5 fictional characters from different properties who they think would fit into Star Wars and in what role. So definitely check that out. There are some great choices, some great guests going to be on there tomorrow. And so, yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video, and we will see you next week on Get Sweaty, where we'll be reviewing another.
Shooting the breeze.
What did I say?
Get sweaty.
Stay sweaty.